Hi, it's Mrs. Park. You are in my kitchen and I'm going to show you how to fuse glass. I have tons of students who say, Mrs. Park, how do you make that glass jewelry that you wear every day, like this necklace and these earrings? And I have lots of other pieces of glass to share with you. So today I'm going to share how to make it. This is one that I just made that I really like. And I think I might be out of that particular type of glass. Here's another one. This is a popular one, the pink. Lots of people like that. Let me find one more real popular one. This is a real popular one. Lots of people like this. For people that like the blue and the different shape, that's a popular one. And this is another one. This has a lot of different stuff going on. This is kind of like the more artistic style fused glass. So I'm going to show you how to make all sorts of different kinds of fused glass. And it's really simple. You'd be surprised. So let's get started. Alright, well I'm trying to set this up here so that you can see what I'm doing. So, I have some glass that I have, actually let me show you my glass. I have it set up in these nice little bins. This is my blacks, my clears. These are my clear dichroic glasses. Here's some of my dichroic on black. You can see how that, and then my colored pieces that are already pre-cut. Now I can continue to cut them, and then I have some really neat iridized glasses. You can see these, and these come out really interesting looking when they're fused. So I guess I could try to fuse a couple like this. And I think what I'll do is, just let me make sure you're going to be able to see that. Yeah, you can see my tools. I have my glass cutter and my pliers right here, which are specifically for glass cutting. You can see there's a line right there. I'll show you what that does in a second. So can you see that? Yep. Alright, so the first thing you do, I don't know if you can see this, but I actually have my paper. It's on a square paper. I have protective eye gear on so that I don't get glass in my eyes. Very important. What this has is a little blade on it, very little and not very sharp, or I wouldn't have just run my thumb over it. You make a score, push down, and you can see, let's see if you can see that. See that line right there? That's called a score. Then what I do is I line up this black piece with that, and I just snip, and it just snips right off. It's very easy. Now, let's say I was going to take this iridized piece, and I will actually have to clean it with Windex, just so you know. That's an important step. Otherwise, it's not going to come out very nice. Now I've got this is called Aurora Borealis, and I think we learned about that this year when we were talking about the spheres of the Earth. So this is called Aurora Borealis. This is an interesting one. And so you can see I don't have it, it's not the same size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down to size. So I hope you can see this. Snap. And then let's see. I'm going to measure it here, and I do use a ruler from time to time. Sometimes, depending on which piece that I'm making, it's not quite as important that it's exactly the same size, and this is definitely going to be one of those pieces. But it's not going to matter quite as much. Alright, so I've got this. Now, you can't put metal on top of metal. That's something that you need to know. And since this is the iridized side, I actually can't put the metal or the dichroic side against that, or it won't fuse. So I have to put the glass side down, which means I'm going to have to put a piece of clear over top of this for this one to work, just the way it is, okay? So here's one piece. That's really it. So what I'll do is I'll put a few concoctions together, a few different things. I'll take some of my, this is a pretty one. This is a Ripple, like a herringbone Ripple clear dichroic. And you'd be amazed at how these colors really pop when you put it on top of a darker background. So I'll do some of this and just some other colors. I'll probably let my kids make a few because they love to make them. I'll wait till they get home from school, and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so I have some neat little shapes here, and the reason I decided to do these triangle shapes is because what I'm going to do is I'm going to shave them down on my grinder when we're done. So you can see I have the iridized glass on the bottom, which you can't really see it, but you'll just have to trust me. I have a dichroic piece on top with the metal side facing up, because remember, I can't put metal on metal. And then I have a piece of clear glass over top. And the clear is just going to give it a finished look. A piece of glass that does not have clear on top, I'll show you what that could look like. Now it's hard to tell, but this one doesn't have glass on top, or clear on top. It's kind of unfinished. It just looks like it's covered with a little metal coating, where this one does, and it's nice and shiny. So I always I do prefer having the clear on top. Here's a neat one. I might do one like this for you guys too. So anyway, so we will get ready to put it in the kiln. I still don't think my kiln is dry, so stay tuned and we will get fusing soon. Here's my glass, and you can see it's all kind of just sitting there. Nothing's melted yet, but it will be melting soon, probably within the next hour. So here's my grinder. Okay, this is it's on top of my washing machine right now, which is not actually where I always keep it, but let's see if I can get this here. If I can set you up so you can see me grind. Notice real quick, there's a sponge back here. This keeps this diamond tipped, I can't think of what this is called, but this is a grinder, a diamond tip grinder or something like that, so that it can actually grind the glass. And actually, why don't I keep it close? That's what I'll do. Now, there's water in here because you always want to keep it wet, so that's what the sponge is for. It's for keeping it wet. Okay? So I'm going to turn it on. It's going to be loud. This piece I'm going to actually make into a diamond, or a triangle, I'm sorry. So you'll get to see that. It'll be a little bit more of a triangle soon. But that's it. That's how I do it. I just grind it to shape. You see, here's a bunch of pieces I was grinding tonight. This one, I like that shape. Some of them I just like to be in a square. This one's really pretty when you see it in person. This one's kind of nice. It's an interesting little one with a lot of different stuff going on. I've got a round one, another one like this teardrop type shape, and then a rectangle. So I'm going to finish with this one. Alright, you can't really see it, but this is almost, my kiln is almost at 1500 degrees, which is hot. Think about when you cook a chicken or a turkey, probably you cook it at about 350. Now, I chose to get a kiln with well, doesn't matter the brand. I chose to get one with a glass top so I can see in it, so I can see when my stuff is fusing. That glass is so hot. But you can see the S, my daughter, and the R. My kids wanted to do one that had their initials on it. So here it is, it's in there, it's just about to fuse. It's all you can see with those triangle shapes, they're starting to slump a little bit. That's pretty neat. Here is, I was laying out all of my stuff here, so you can kind of see, it's really not, it doesn't look that good on camera, but it's so pretty in real life. But here's some of my stuff that I've made. You've seen me wearing a lot of these pieces. There you go. If Mrs. McGuckin is watching, if you see any you like, let me know. These are the ones I really like. These new ones, they have this gold foil. I like that a lot. Love these. This one's neat. I used a chain that I had for a different necklace. Let's see. I like this one a lot. This one's neat. This one, I think I showed you guys this before. Red back. Interesting. That's it.